rally rolling on. We are over to Mike Eppel at 680. We saw a huge rally yesterday at Wall Street. So far, things looking pretty good this morning, Mike.
Yeah, indeed, Melanie. Good morning. A big move to the upside for stocks day two, as in very short order, investors have become less concerned about a trade war between the U.S. and China. Last week, stocks were in a complete meltdown at the U.S. and China were heading toward a trade war that would slow the global economy. Over the weekend, cooler heads prevailed, some back-channel discussions were held, and there was already some talk about ways to balance things out a little bit. So investors bought in big time yesterday. The Dow was up 669 points. Third biggest points advance ever. 2.5% on a percentage basis. The Nasdaq was up 3.25%. So far this morning, we are looking at sizable gains again in overseas markets. 2% gains are pretty much the norm right now, and the U.S. market's pointing to an advance of about 150 points at the opening trade. TSX, for the record, was up by 75 points yesterday. Facebook bouncing back a little bit on its share price. At one point yesterday, it was down 7.5%, an almost 20% drop from its most recent highs, as the Federal Trade Commission in the United States launched an investigation into data privacy at the social network. This morning, however, we are seeing the stock price bounce back a little bit. The big tell from this will be when Facebook, in the next couple of months, reports earnings and whether or not users have actually been shutting down their accounts and whether or not advertisers are leaving social media for a long term, or is this just a short-term scenario that Facebook has to deal with? Apple set to unveil what is expected to be an iPad upgrade today at an event in California. The company typically announces changes to its iPad lineup in the springtime, and today is expected to be no exception to that, focused on educational software in the iPad. Plus, there's also some talk that could be announcing or showing off a new color for the iPhone 10, perhaps brushed gold. Why that's important, considering everybody puts their iPhones in a case and you can't actually see the original color, is beyond me, but what have you. The shares of Apple up by a couple of percentage points early on this morning. Will Microsoft be the first trillion-dollar company on Wall Street? Apple's closer, but Morgan Stanley put a big upgrade yesterday on shares of Microsoft, saying it's all about cloud computing and revenue generation from that particular component of the company. Microsoft's got a 30% swing to the upside to hit that trillion-dollar threshold. It was about $700 billion market cap yesterday, still trailing Google and Apple. And Bitcoin, haven't talked about cryptocurrencies in a while, but Bitcoin's been having a miserable month. This morning it's below $8,000 US, down 25% for March alone, down well about 60% from its peak that was reached last November. And Twitter is now banning ads regarding new cryptocurrency issues following leads of Facebook and other social network platforms. So the rage and the excitement about cryptocurrencies not that long ago continues to cool off through the springtime months. Kevin, we'll send it over to you.
I was just about to introduce the Frankish dollar.
Nope.
Oh, well,
Too late. Missed it.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.